Hello, so the idea is to give a high-level presentation of how GaiaX could work. And the first question I'm getting is, what is GaiaX and how can I contribute to it? So how do I contribute to GaiaX? The first thing you have to do is to sit and know what type of services you would like to provide within GaiaX. Once you know what you've done, you just literally take not a pen and a sheet, but a keyboard and a computer, and you start writing what we call the self-description, which is a very technical term for within GaiaX ecosystem, or something that we can call a manifest. So you write a manifest, a description of what your services will do and look like, and you can describe several services at the same time. Once you've done that, you will basically publish those services in a yet to be defined, but we know it's going to be distributed file system or storage layer. We can abstract that and say it's a distributed storage layer. You won't be the only one doing that. You will have a lot of friends, partner, or other providers doing the same thing. You will have a provider for the infrastructure layer and you will have provider for the data layer. You can have provider for software company, for consulting, any type of provider. Once all those descriptions are on this storage layer, you will have other type of people who will build what we called a catalog. Basically, those guys will look at the self-description, monitor if they have any change, and as they are published, they are going to load the self-description into a database of their choice and implement a search engine on top of it. The implementation of the database is really up to the guy who built the catalog, and you can have many different implementation. This way you have public catalog, which is the catalog that we have on top of our mind when we think about GaiaX, but you can also have different type of listener that will go and look at the self-description also and load them into a private catalog where they will take the private data, the public data, and augment the public data with their private data. And that it's up to their choice to make this new catalog search engine public or private or with limited access. So that's the life cycle of the subscription. Once you know what you're looking for, you have your shopping list and you have your lens and you know what you are looking for, you will go on the catalog and search through that. The catalog will output what we can call service composition, but we can say that's basically just a recipe. So the catalog will output a recipe and you will start to cook this recipe. Cooking with the recipe means that you will start to do the orchestration of the infrastructure, of the services, the data sets that you are looking to consume. Once you have that, you will deploy this recipe and you will get basically your services. It can be data services, infrastructure services, AI services, IoT, whatever services. And hopefully you are a happy customer. The second step of this process is that you can, your turn, write a description of your services that you just created and publish that back into the same storage layer that we had earlier. And this time you will start to write you will start to link services to each other, saying my services, when I build it, I use a bit of this one and a bit of that one. Now, when it comes to how do I write those self-description, you really have to think about, basically it's really a work that you have to do. No one can do it besides the provider himself. And what you will do is you will write in machine readable format the description of the services you are publishing, and you are going to sign this publication with your own signature to prove that it's you, Ranch guy, who wrote this new recipe. And in this recipe, you will say, I have a link or I have a dependency with these others recipes. So big question is, how do I comply with GDPR or European law? The European policy and rules will have to be implemented in the machine readable format that you are going to publish. And you will have to make sure that all the fields that you have are validated with the policy and rules from the GaiaX ecosystem. If this is not the case, then the catalog will simply reject your self-description. On top of that, to make sure that what you describe comply with the real services you are offering, you can ask external third-party authorities to go and sign your description. And you can have many different certification entities that go and sign your self-description. So this way you are able to truly create a chain of trust within your description.